Friends, gather round, because if you thought you'd heard the last of Donald Trump's interesting ideas, buckle up. It seems our former commander-in-chief has his sights set on shaking things up again. And this time, it involves The Rock, but not Dwayne Johnson. No, Trump has proposed reopening Alcatraz Island as a maximum security prison. You know, for old time's sake. Now I know what you're thinking, Trevor, that's insane. Even for Trump, that's next level crazy. And you know what? You might be right. But let's give credit where credit's due. The man knows how to grab headlines. He dropped this bombshell on, you guessed it, Truth Social, with his signature subtlety. You know, the kind that makes you wonder if he's serious or just messing with us. The reactions, oh, they were priceless. Politicians were sent scrambling, historians were dusting off their books, and the internet? Well, the internet did what the internet does best. It meme-ified the whole thing faster than you can say Kaveh. But jokes aside, Trump's proposal does raise some interesting questions. Is reopening Alcatraz even feasible? Would it be a good idea? Or is it just another one of Trump's infamous publicity stunts? Alcatraz Island. Just the name conjures images of steely-eyed wardens, hardened criminals, and waves crashing against unforgiving rocks. It's a place steeped in history, shrouded in legend, and now, thanks to Trump, back in the news cycle. But before we dive into the present, let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Alcatraz wasn't always a prison. In fact, it started its life as a humble military fort in the mid-1800s. Then, as America's criminal underworld got a little too bold for its own good, Alcatraz underwent a transformation. It morphed into a maximum security federal penitentiary in 1934, a place reserved for the worst of the worst. Imagine a who's who of America's most notorious gangsters all under one roof, surrounded by icy waters and guarded by men who made stone walls look downright friendly. That was Alcatraz in its heyday. Now what's a good prison without a few infamous inmates, right? And boy, did Alcatraz have those in spades. We're talking about the creme de la creme of the criminal world, the guys who could make headlines just by sneezing. Guys like Al Capone, the notorious Chicago mob boss, who apparently found out that even Scarface wasn't immune to the long arm of the law. Then there was George Machine Gun Kelly, a name as intimidating as they come. Rumor has it he got his nickname not because he loved guns, though I'm sure he wasn't opposed to them, but because his wife gave him a Tommy gun as a present. Now that's love, folks. And let's not forget James Whitey Bulger, Boston's most notorious gangster, who did a stint on the Rock before his eventual capture in 2011. These guys were the real deal, the kind of criminals who could give you nightmares just by looking at you. But perhaps the most enduring legend of Alcatraz isn't about who was locked up, but about those who tried to escape. And no escape attempt captured the public's imagination quite like the infamous 1962 breakout. So there you have it. The story of Alcatraz is one of crime and punishment, of daring escapes and enduring legends. It's a place that has captured the imagination of generations, inspiring countless books, movies, and even a few nightmares along the way. But the question remains, what does the future hold for this infamous island? Will Trump's proposal become a reality, ushering in a new era of maximum security incarceration on the Rock? Or will Alcatraz remain a relic of the past, a stark reminder of a bygone era in criminal justice? Only time will tell. One thing's for sure though, the world is watching and waiting with bated breath to see what becomes of this iconic island. Will it be a prison, a punchline, or something else entirely? Your guess is as good as mine. But hey, that's the beauty of it all, isn't it? The story of Alcatraz is far from over. In fact, I have a feeling this is just the beginning of a whole new chapter.